Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Melon Minds family. You're here with your boy Brandon, and
Nina. And before we begin, we'd like to say that this podcast and the opinions expressed on this podcast have no association with the USPS or NRLCA.
cool beans, man. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Nina, how was your day today? You was off of work today. What did you do?
Chilled out at the house. Maybe went some places.
You went some places.
Yeah,
Did you win anything? Going some places?
just like a little bit. Not much, but maybe like an hour's
Uh,
worth. Maybe like an hour's worth of work.
okay, okay,
Not
okay.
much,
That's
but
cool beans. So did you like enjoy your off day?
yeah, it was nice having 2 days off in a row. Now, granted, I was supposed to be off on Tuesday, but that was very unfortunate. Somehow managed to get switched the day of. Uh, so I was supposed to have Tuesday and Thursday off. I managed to get switched and have to work on Tuesday, but I got Wednesday off and Thursday off. But then I got called in, but I didn't answer.
Why you didn't answer, Nina?
So I didn't want to go in.
They need
It
you,
would be real.
Nina.
I didn't want to. They probably did, but I was scheduled
Yeah.
off. So I'm trying to be like everybody else and just not answer my
Oh,
phone. I'm trying to be like everybody else and say it's not my problem.
because you needed your day. They made the schedule. You needed your two
Just stick
days
with it.
off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now
It's
usually I would go in, but I just
yeah.
felt like
Yeah. Just take your break, right? You need a little break.
exactly. Yep.
I understand that. That's awesome. Awesome. Glad that you got a
Yeah.
chance to, enjoy Nina without having
Yeah.
to, go into work and go run around, come back, go do Miss Throws, come
Right,
back.
exactly.
So got a chance to
How
get
was your day?
home. Man, it was actually it was pretty good. I actually decided to start cleaning up one of my apartments on
Mm-hmm.
today. So I went to the office, got a list of all the residents that lives in that apartment complex, and I kind of started, changing up the labels. Got a long way to go, but at
Right.
least I did start on that to kind of make it look uniformly, and then I would know who's in the apartments. Because I already know like maybe one or two residents like by face now, so if I see them, I know their
Right.
name. So I guess right
Okay.
now, just kind of getting used to everyone that's in those apartments, and then I have a real big apartment complex
Uh
that
oh.
I have to work on next, right? So, but other than that,
Mm,
today the weather was great. Uh, no
man.
rain, and no rain. It was just nice and sunny.
Right.
So, and I actually took a lunch break this time. I actually stopped.
Wow. Look at you.
Right, ate me
Life is
something.
irregular, huh?
Hello, somebody.
You can take a lunch break without feeling bad.
Man, I was gonna get some froyo. Hey, Froyo,
Man.
y'all out there, please holler at us. Holler at
Right.
us because
If
we
y'all want to
need some
sponsor
sponsors.
us,
Right,
build a location
right.
out here where we contact us and we'll tell you where to build a location. And I promise you, we will be there about every single day. I promise you.
Man,
Because
we've given frozen yogurt so much money in the
man,
last
it's
year.
ridiculous.
I think you all should, talk to us, please. Froyo and
Any
Chick Fil
any
A.
company,
Yeah,
it does. We're not specific.
yeah.
Whoever wants to sponsor us, we're there with you. Okay, so
Please, please,
just hit us up.
please.
All right, please, because man, the amount of business we give to so many companies
Oh my
is
goodness.
ridiculous.
You should
Like,
y'all should just come and just jump on board with us because we sold so
man,
much money into your business. We helping your business grow and make money. So
right.
hey, just come on back in,
Come on
return the
on.
favor.
So, like, when you were at our station, what was like number one stop you'd go to every single day?
Every day, before or
Yeah.
after? That's the question.
Let's say
Before or after?
before.
Uh, man, believe it or not, it's a tie between Whataburger
Uh huh.
and Chick Fil A.
It really is.
Yes,
It really
that's
is.
for like 2 or 3 weeks. I would go to Chick Fil A and then
Man,
just give
almost
Chick Fil
every
A a
single
break,
day.
right? Give Chick
Dude,
Fil A a
it's
break. I go to Whataburger, go get some taquitos, then give to Whataburger a break.
tweaked.
I go Chick Fil
Right.
A. So
You
yeah,
might hit McDonald's one time, just once. McDonald's
yeah,
breakfast just
yeah,
once. Just once.
yeah,
And then the beginning we had Taco Cabana. That was literally like
yeah,
for 2 weeks and we quit going there forever.
yeah.
It was
Right.
short lived,
Yeah.
I gonna lie. And then,
True. Facts.
yeah,
We all know
man,
where we
wait,
go. We go to one spot
during the route.
after work.
Okay, well,
Well,
but
after work.
during work, where do you go when you're out there on the
Work.
route? Heading to the
Now
route,
or
coming back from the
when I
route.
was over there at your
When you're over
station?
here at the
Okay,
station I'm at.
that's hard.
I have
Because
like
it depends what route I was on. If I was on one of my routes, I
yes.
love to go to 54th Street. They're like one of my spots. Because I had to wait for a 1 o'clock
There was that
pickup. And
on that
then if
specific route.
I
Yeah.
was on a different zone or area, I just go to tropical smoothie.
Oh my
And
gosh, been there
towards
twice,
the end, right?
maybe 3 times.
Towards the end of it, I started going to what place was that we was going to? In the 7-7
Oh,
zone?
Freddy's.
Freddy's. Yes.
Man, don't get me started on Freddy's. Oh my gosh, me and Mark.
Yeah.
I got Mark on into it, and so he was going there every time he was in the 7-7 zone. And then we're like, Brandon, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. You know, all three of us were in the 7-7 zone. We said, all right, time for a lunch break. So we all hit up Freddy's, and Brandon said, this is actually kind of good.
Pretty good.
But man,
my favorite place was 7-Eleven. Just saying.
Yes, 7-Eleven when we're in the one zip code, and then my gosh, this racetrack. Oh my gosh.
Yes, the racetrack.
It was so nice. They had they were making fresh pizza almost every hour.
Every
you have
hour.
to get it when it's hot, otherwise. But man, they had the best food.
You did get the 7-Eleven pizza when it was hot. I gave you a slice
and
of pizza.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. But you have to get it when it's hot.
Yeah.
Like it has to be fresh out of the oven hot.
Right.
Because if it's not, it's trash. But racetrack, it stays hot. It just looks better.
Racetrack had like different variety of pizzas. Like it had some pizza that had jalapenos on there. And had, like, it was all kind of stuff. And I used to always get the one with the pineapples and jalapenos. Just saying.
Now they got buffalo pizza.
Ooh, ouch. It
was actually kind of good. They put like nacho cheese and then the chicken, cheese, and buffalo and ranch. Yeah.
Man.
It was all right. Man. I tried it one time. That was enough for me.
Just once?
Just once.
Just once?
Just once.
But where I'm at now, it's so many more food places to choose from. Like, I don't know what I want half the time. Like, that's why I be asking you on the phone, hey, what about this place?
Right.
What about that place?
Because it's funny because I've lived here so long, and so it's like, he's like, where should I go? And I'll give him like 5 options where he's close by. And so it's funny. But after work, oh my gosh, our number one spot after work when we were done on the route, Pizza Hut or Marco's, anything pizza. Oh my gosh, pizza and froyo. Or just froyo.
Once in a while, I think we probably went once. Was it like once we went to Chipotle? I think.
Oh yeah, we did go like twice.
Yeah, but it was really just pizza.
It's mainly pizza because it was just so easy to share. Like we could just buy 1 or 2 and just share it. Save money, basically.
Save money, and then all the RCAs, all the subs got a chance to eat. And then we even gave some to the clerks and supervisors. So I think that was kind of cool for us to come back after get all the work and everybody sit at the table and eat. And,
just chit-chat about the day.
Joke around, right?
Like we hadn't been talking all day already, but...
Well, it's the song.
Right, yeah, so some weren't a part of that little group talking all day, unfortunately.
Right. But the froyo was always the highlight of my day. I took that.
Yeah.
Froyo was always the highlight.
Man,
especially with the employee there.
Yes. They started to recognize us. They'd be like, are you in the postal truck or your personal truck today? We're like, the personal ones.
Right.
They started recognizing us, and then we used to take turns paying for each other's froyo, and I'd be like, we're not gonna get no discount because we're there so often. And so finally they actually did start giving us a little discount, so I really appreciate that. Man, that really made our day.
Money. Well, I just remember one time it was Nina's turn to pay, and I literally filled my cup up with so much frozen yogurt.
Man, he really
like
did.
$16 or something. I don't know how much it was, but I filled it all the way up to the top.
I say because we used to bet like who would get back fastest.
Oh yeah.
Or like if you'd come help me or whatnot, and I was like, well, I kind of feel bad he's coming out here to help me.
Yeah,
so I said, you know what? and he'd beat me, so we'd race. Whoever loses has to buy froyo. So I said, you know what? I said, Brandon, I've been losing, so just go ahead, fill it up as much as you want. And boy, did he did he take that seriously? I swear, it was almost like $20 for both of ours combined. Mine was like $6, and his was the rest of the amount. I said
It really was.
that was the day I was really like, do we get a discount? And she was like, okay.
Yeah, she literally gave her a discount, and I was kind of upset because I was trying to break her.
He
We
was
don't make
jealous.
that much money, right?
Right. But man, those were the days. So now we're just kind of waiting for me to maybe move stations so we're closer, so we can find somewhere to replace
You won't.
Froyo, because there's no
You won't.
Froyo where he's at.
You won't be closer if
Yeah,
everything
if I
goes
get this,
a little further.
yes, even further.
But you one step closer to becoming regular, and you may
Yes,
go regular at my station. Who knows?
yes,
So
which will
much,
be even better for me.
right? It's so much new growth that's in my area or at the station
Mm-hmm.
I'm at, and I know here in a couple of years it's gonna be so much more new growth in Flower Mound. So
Right,
hopefully within the next year and a half,
right,
you'll be regular. That's one
regular.
thing I like about our area
Right. It's
is
like
we go regular.
even though there's already so many like houses, apartments, there's still opportunity to build more. So it's
Yeah,
like, golly, it's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So that's awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
today, for the lineup that we have today, we're gonna talk about the customer and from the
Mm-hmm.
customer perspective. And if I sound a little stopped up, I apologize. I'm a little stopped up a little bit, but
Oh,
I
now
want
you're
to
trying to
talk.
be sick. Okay.
Hello.
You trying to be like me. Sick. I'm sick of you though.
I answer my phone call. When the supervisor called me, I answer the phone.
I usually do. I usually do. That's the thing. I just felt like I felt like this week was my time to just be like everyone else and say, put my phone on do not disturb. Because I feel like I literally am like the only person who answers their phone.
Well,
Okay, maybe number two, because there's one of the RCAs that's below me. She be answering her phone a lot of the time.
yeah, she does. So, question for today:
Yes.
what should we tell the people today from a customer perspective? For example, how should we handle, or let me rephrase that? What happens when a customer continue to get mail delivered to them and that individual no longer lives there
Mm-hmm.
uh, at all? Can we like? How should we look at the customer? How can we? I know a lot of times, sometimes we be like, okay, ma'am, okay, well, all right, just put return to sender on there and
Right.
go by what. But what about how does a customer feels, right? Because we're all customers. How does a customer feel when they keep getting mail that don't belong to them?
Right. So I think, they're kind of just frustrated. I don't know why they're frustrated, first off, because like at an apartment, there's so many like people always moving in and out of the apartments. And there's so many that you're sorting through all at once. So
Right.
as a sub, it's
Mm-hmm.
difficult to read through every single name and then put the mail in the name in the right slot and then make sure that person lives there, because I'm on a time crunch. So I'm trying to move as fast as possible. So I'm not focusing on that. Sometimes I do. So, but a customer, it all just depends on how they interact with the carrier. If they come up nice to me and talk about, hey, this person doesn't live there, I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll look out for that the next time I'm here. This is my like, I've only been here a couple times,
Yeah.
so I was like, I'll just focus on it the next time, because right now I don't really care. But but if they come up with an attitude, that's when I'm like, I don't really. All right, yeah, okay. And then next time I'm still not gonna do it, but
Mm-hmm. Can I play devil's advocate?
uh huh.
All right. So I lived in an apartment I'm paying maybe $1,500 a month for.
Mm-hmm.
I did everything I was asked to do. I forwarded all my mail to this location.
Right.
Right. I go to check my mail. First time, okay, I put it back in there and I explained it to the carrier. Hey, this person does not live here anymore.
Right.
If I go back there again, maybe 2 or 3 days later, because typically a resident apartment complex not checking their mail every day. They might
Right.
check it twice a week. That's what you would hope they would do, at least twice a week. But they keep going back and they keep getting this other person's mail in their mailbox. Now, me personally, like I said, I'm spending $1,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have to deal with every time I look at my mailbox, there's somebody else's mail in there.
I guess, okay, it also depends on if the regular keeps track of who lives where.
That's the point I'm getting to, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now the regular, and this is what I'm dealing with right now, by the way.
Right.
Like the regular has to keep a system together so that when the sub comes through, they can follow no problem.
Right.
And the sub, because we got to remember this is the customers. The customer shouldn't be having to do our job every week or every time they check their mail. What I mean by that is they're finding the mail that don't belong to their mailbox, and they telling you, hey, this is forwarded. They don't live anymore. So in a way, they're doing our job for us. So I found that I didn't find that somebody helped me out. Actually, they gave me this tactic, and you put labels inside the mailboxes with the resident's name on there. If someone moves out, what they told me to do is get a highlighter and you just highlight that name. So whoever's coming to a sub doing your route, and they see the name highlighted, they know that's a forward. And my prayer is that the sub, pays
realizes
attention.
it.
Yeah, because I know subs like all the time crunching trying to hear them get done, but remember, street time helps that route grow.
Right.
So you can't always think about let's have them get done. If I only got one route, I'm gonna go ahead and run it correctly. Now I know sometimes subs have two routes, or they gotta split another route, and so they're thinking about, hey, I want to get done before it gets dark. I want to get done before 5 o'clock. I understand that aspect of it, but if this is your only route for today, hey, make sure you do the route correctly, because the same way that, let's say for example, this person for the mail, but they keep getting the mail, right? And you keep putting this outside the wrong mailbox. Want that mail that you put in the mailbox is a check.
Mm-hmm.
And now the current resident
has it.
Has a check, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you try to go back and retrieve it, and you can't get in contact with the current resident. They just lost a check, right?
Right.
So that's money that the other customer has lost or has been stolen, and they might have put in a forward, but they keep sending it to your station. So that could be the dang
post office.
The post office. I was gonna say Compel, but the main station, right? It could be
right.
them. That's keep messing this thing up. So from a customer standpoint, from both sides of the customer standpoint, I can understand the frustration, because, and I'm just talking about apartments for sure. That's what you have, that's the most issues with.
Right.
People getting the wrong mail is apartments. It's very easy to handle houses, but it's kind of difficult, right?
Yeah, apartments, people can be moving out every month.
Yeah, every month, every 6 months, So it's a constant change, move in, move out, and so of course this is not necessarily on the sub. But I think it's the regular that has to keep up the maintenance of the apartment. But it's a sub job to follow, whatever that the regular has set in place. So I put the onus on the regular, because they should be able to have something in place that is very easy to follow.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to be off a day, if they're going to be off a week, that the sub can come in and say, okay, I can do this, no problem, right? They don't have to guess.
Right.
if this person lives here or not, because they don't know. They'll be there once a week, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, depending on
Right.
their
That's kind of
J
what's
route or
happening
H
on
route.
my sub route.
Oh
The
yeah,
one apartment I like kind of remembered who's moved out and who's living where. But like if there's no last name or anything on the tag, I just put the mail in
right,
there because I don't know. But maybe it's
correct,
supposed to be vacant. And I've been doing it wrong the whole time, but he
right,
hasn't said nothing.
right,
But hey, if you're listening,
right.
I might be gone though. But
Yeah. Well,
listening,
I
I
said
do
this is
try and pay
also
attention.
right. This is also for people that are subs that or PTFs that get ready to go regular. Like so, I'm learning this
Mm-hmm.
stuff now because I just went regular, right? So
Right. You
I didn't
waited to
do
start learning.
right,
You
right.
didn't think it was important to learn till you're like, oh well, I'm regular now.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Because when I'm sub, I'm doing all the big routes, box to box.
Right. So
If
you
I'm
weren't
doing
focused on
apartments, I'm
apartments.
just boom, 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 and I'm
Right.
going about my business, right? So I'm not even thinking about
Exactly.
who's here and who's not here. Now, if there's a vacant slip inside the mailbox, I won't put nothing in
Oh
there.
yeah.
But
Exactly.
I'm not paying attention to the names. I'm just paying attention to the number, the address number. And I can imagine that some of those customers get upset because they have to clean up their own mailbox, that something that doesn't belong to them. And I just think
Right.
that while we're delivering anything, to be honest with you, keep at heart the customer because
Mm-hmm.
we are customers. Now I know you probably don't check your mailbox, Nina.
I just did today.
Oh,
It was almost full. It was
it was.
yeah.
Right. So what makes us mad the most?
Is when people don't check their mailboxes. It must be. They have like 10 avos in there from like the last 10 weeks.
Man,
You can't put no
right.
mail up in there, man.
So as a
And
customer,
oh my gosh. And no, what else makes me well, not makes me upset, but it's a pet peeve is when people just like put the mail like if at an apartments they hang it on the outside of the mailbox or like up top. It's just everywhere instead of just putting it in the outgoing slot.
yeah,
So it's just a mess on the outside.
yeah,
It looks trashy, really.
it really does. It really does. It really does. They no customers don't think about that type of stuff because they're not
Right.
in the postal world, right?
No, but
Um,
just like if I were like to live there and there's like literally like envelopes just everywhere, it looks trashy.
It does, but they're not thinking about that because they're not in the postal world.
But they go there every single day or every
Exactly.
week.
And they think, hey, if I just put this up there, maybe that person still in these apartments and they can see their name, they get it. That's what they're possibly this is what
Right.
they're thinking, right? Not saying that it's right. I think it's
Right.
not intelligent at all. But
At
at the
all.
same time, this is maybe what they're literally thinking about is, hey, this don't belong to me. If this person still living in the apartment, maybe they just changed to another apartment. They see their mail. Instead of doing what you just said, dude, is put that in the outgoing mail, and when the carrier
Right.
comes in, they can sort through, what's sort through the outgoing mail versus the insufficient address or whatever or the ANK.
Right.
But so that's one scenario dealing with the cut. Well, trying to think as a customer, right? Is
Right.
getting mail that doesn't belong to you. Is it right for me to be frustrated or not? I say I understand sometimes the frustration.
Right.
I do. And now, like I said, I'm taking on a new role where, okay, Brandon, you have to
Focus.
one by one focus on the mail that you're delivering, and also it adds time to my route.
Yeah.
So why not even be in a rush, all the time? Make sure just maintain the maintenance of the apartment. So when someone else does come in to run your route, hopefully they can follow what you're doing, and
Right.
you won't have a big mess when you come back to work. Like I said, and I'm gonna tell you this, Nina, is because you'll be a regular pretty soon.
Right.
Uh,
Soon enough.
yeah, soon enough.
So,
And yeah,
question. With
yes.
apartments,
Mhm.
do you rely on the postal system to tell you if somebody's moving? Like if somebody puts in a change of address, or are you going to the apartment complex, the leasing office, and asking them who's moving in, who's moving out?
Okay, good question. Uh, After I get everything situated, because
Mm-hmm.
I put this start off on a route.
Right.
I went straight to the apartment complex and asked for a list of all residents. I didn't care. about none of the Ford stickers that we get or add-on stickers. I didn't want to go through all of that. All right. Now, once I get everything figured out, then I can kind of rely somewhat on the Ford stickers that they bring to your case or that you get out of the hot case. Uh, I just think it's better if you go straight to the apartment because sometimes people may still live there, but they might switch departments, and you kind
Right.
of get a better accurate, of where people are in the apartment complex. For example, today I went to my first set of apartments, and like I told you about the highlighted names before,
Mm-hmm.
well, I had a tag that had three names on there, and every name was highlighted,
Right.
but no vacancy
Grammar.
left, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm now them. I'm delivering the mail
Right.
because I don't know if who's there. Well, that person, those people never didn't live there anymore, right?
Right.
The only way I found that out is going back looking at my list
Mm.
and seeing who actually lived there. So
Dang.
once you get if it's your first time on this route and you just won this route,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say, hey, just for your safety, just for your sane, and so that way you don't have to continue to go back looking at the cards to see what our stickers and all the Ford and all that crap is. I would say, yeah, go to the apartment people, and also it helps you build, build a relationship with the employees that work there, the customer.
Right.
So two for one, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my question is for you.
Right.
Uh, you've been a sub, all right, a sub
Sub.
on your
RCA.
sub route, right? On your sub
Right.
route, do you find it? Uh, how can I put this? Do you think you should act as if it's your route on like the way you carry it, or do you still have like the mindset of, well, I'm just on it today and not be on some tomorrow?
Now that I've been on it so much, I kind of try and take care of it as if like I'm gonna be on the route, like it's gonna be mine, because it's already such a high route. It's a 9.6, and it's one of the high. It's literally like the highest in the station. So
Yeah,
I'm trying not to let it go down because I want the high money when I'm going working by evaluation. So
yeah,
pause, no pause, but yeah, I try and. I think in the beginning, I kind of didn't really. I kind of care, but not really as much as I should have, with focusing on the names in the mailboxes.
yeah,
But now I kind of do because I like at the first apartment complex. There's one name I remember. Like the lady came up to me asking about like we're moving to this location. Like, do we have any mail still here? And so I checked for her, and so I just remembered that name. And every time I'd see it, I just forward it before I even left the station.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
But yeah, I try and take care of it, do the scans so that way it doesn't go down because I want that route to stay high so that way I can make money.
facts. What has been the number one issue with the customers that you dealt with since working at the post office?
Since working at the post office,
Yeah, like what's been like the number one issue that customers continue to have?
man, they see that postal truck over by the mailboxes and they all want to come run over and get their mail all of a sudden. Talking about or their packages. Do I have a package today? Do I have mail today? I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. And and if you don't have your key, I'm probably not gonna let you get your mail unless it all depends on how they approach. If they have
Yeah,
an attitude, sorry, no, it can't help you. But if they're
yeah,
nice and like if you wait 5-10 minutes, I'll help you. But right now I'm working, so if you could just wait. If they're like, okay, there's no problem, then I'll help them. But if they want
yeah.
to just act crazy, then I'll be like, it's like an hour till I'm done. I'm sorry. Now,
So
now it might take a whole hour, but
yeah. So your problem is you don't like when customers are coming to check the mail while you're doing the mail, correct? I guess
correct.
because yeah, because it bothers me
At
a little
apartments,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, it bothers me a little bit because while you over there, then I'm like, I have to stop what I'm doing.
Right,
And I
exactly.
have to lock the mailbox just for you to check it. Now me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we can look at driver license to make sure this is person, but
Right.
I'm not. I'm not opening up the mailbox to get your mail out. You need a you need a key, and if you don't have a key, then you need to go through the procedures, which you need to get with your apartment people. Your apartment
Right.
people, if they have a key, or you need to go to the post office to get a key
Mm-hmm.
for your business or whatever it may be. I just feel like you all can wait 15, 20 more minutes because
Right.
y'all waited all week long as is.
Right.
'Cause
Your
I had
mailbox is already full. Like, come on
right.
now.
I had a situation where a lady before I was doing the mail, and she was like, can I just get check my mail?" I said, "Ma'am, right now I'm doing mail. If you wait like 30, 40 minutes, come in by 30, 40 minutes, I'll be done with everything."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Well, I can't wait. I gotta go do this." I'm like, "I understand what you're saying, but ma'am, I have this box open. I'm doing mail. All right. You cannot see other people's mail. If you come
Right.
back in about 30 to 40 minutes, because right now, man, you're slowing me down from doing my job."
Mm-hmm.
And she got like totally upset, right? She was so mad that she started cussing and she would walk him off. And I was laughing because I'm like, that's childish, right? In
Right.
my
It's not
mind,
that big of a
yeah,
deal.
it's not that big of a deal. When you come back tonight,
It's
the
just
mail will be
your
here
mail's
still. Like,
right. Exactly.
so yeah, that's one of my biggest issues. Sometimes is they, people, what a customer thinks,
They're
hey,
entitled
you
to
just
get
a
their
bad
mail.
person. Get out of my way.
Right.
Uh, and no, and that, things like that can escalate to something else. Like I was with Mark at one of the locations, and no, I was pulling up, but I heard in the background he's getting into it
Oh
with a
yeah, he was
male.
at the trailer
That's,
parks.
yeah,
It was like 3 times within like 30 minutes.
right. So
And he
he just
told the
trying
guy
to
he
do
was
his
gonna
job.
call the postal
Yeah.
police.
He's always getting to somebody,
Right. He
but
really is. That
but
happened to you too. You were like, I have to
yeah,
take a picture of your ID then.
yeah.
That
Because I want to put my hands on him,
man. But no,
but like I
if a
said,
person's
that's just
nice and they have their apartment key, if they're nice and they wait the little 5 minutes, if they're needing a package and I have like limited parcel lockers,
yeah.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look
Oh
and
yeah,
see if they have a package.
yeah, yeah,
And if their key opens it, here you go.
yeah. I
So
just yeah, but it's even when you come talk to me, it slows me down because now I got to stop what I'm doing.
right, exactly.
That's my deal, right? Just I don't go to
Yep.
your job and tell you, hey, or ask you a question while you flipping burgers. I don't do that. I'm
Right.
just saying, like, or whatever. I don't bother you while you're at work. I
Mhm.
let you do your job. Period. So
Mhm.
that's all. That was one of my biggest pet peeves dealing with some of the customers is
Right.
like you said, coming to the mailbox, or coming to the department or city units while I'm trying to do the mail. You want to check the mail, then you can just wait 10 or 15
Right.
minutes or 20 minutes. All right, let me just get up this section. I'll lock it up and
Right.
then you can check it, right? You don't have to wait till I
Exactly.
get done with everything, but let me get done with this section. Once I close it up, it's all yours.
That's what I'm saying. If they're willing to wait, I'll help them. But the people who get angry, I'm sorry. No, I don't like Mark. I don't have a key. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's what he told a lady. She was trying to get a package. I think it was like Amazon Sunday or something.
Yeah.
He was delivering a package to the apartment complex, and she was like, can I get my mail?" He goes, "Sorry, I don't have a key to unlock the mailboxes. I'm just delivering packages." So he walked away, and it was pretty funny.
So with that, the customer, I just think that we all are customers. Like I said, we're all customers because we all
Right.
go home, we all check the mail, we all receive packages, receive bills through the mail or cards. Um, I think it's very important for us to make sure that we do deliver everything to the correct address because, like I say, same thing. We want everything that's been sent to us. You know what I'm saying? We have people who we get ready to go to a graduation season, right?
Right.
And that's gonna be cards that are sent out. Money is gonna be inside of it, right? Gifts are gonna be shipped to these people's houses for graduations, and these people are expecting these things to arrive at their houses. So I think we owe it to the customer to make sure everything is delivered. And I just ask all customers to really appreciate your mail carrier, whether it's giving them a card in the mail, or
Right. Just
to
say
show your
thank you.
appreciation, because they don't know what we go through, right?
Right.
They don't know the hassle that we go through at the station with management, or they don't
Man.
understand that how much money we've lost in the mail service. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not interested in being a carrier, but you are watching this podcast and you just want to understand what mail carriers go through on a day-to-day basis,
Just say thank you.
remember, yes, just say thank you. Remember, because we are human too, and
Mm-hmm.
we come like we leave home, we leaving something from home. We could have got into an argument. We could probably lost a
Right.
loved one or some of that nature, but we're still coming to work dedicated to getting mail out to all the customers. So just kind of remember that,
And we don't have no
please.
days off, but yeah.
We don't have days off, and money has been cut. Remember,
Right.
right? I want the customer to understand this. Money has been taken out of our household. So
Yes.
yeah, but we're still dedicated to get you your mail. I just want, just
Hey.
please, for all these customers, understand that. So just say that thank you goes a long way. Like I
A
said, a
yes,
card,
a
whatever,
little
it goes
goes
a
a
long
long
way.
way. Nice cold water, nice cold Gatorade,
Yes,
some chips,
please, please,
some
please,
candy,
please.
something.
Just give me
Hey,
that water,
the
please.
carrier will remember that forever, and they will always try to make sure you are taken care of.
Give me a frozen
Promise
Coca
that.
Cola or something. Just give me something frozen during the summer
Some,
months,
in the
please.
summer, something cold, something cold.
Frozen
In the
Gatorade.
winter, man,
Give me some hot chocolate or something, please.
something a bottle that has not been opened. Cause no cups.
Yes,
Don't be bringing no
yes.
cups, please. Cause I don't know what you did to it. Something sealed.
Hey, I'm gonna take
Me
that to the
personally. I'm depending on how you look like. I'm not taking no chances. If you're a nice, sweet old granny, I might.
man.
No,
You
I'm just kidding.
you took
No,
a
I'm not
chance
eating
with
nothing.
being in the trash can, man.
It was a sealed bottle.
Hey, but don't lie. I was on the
Uh,
route. I was so thirsty. I promise you. I was so thirsty, and I wouldn't normally do this, but I did it this day. I was
what
so
did you
thirsty.
do?
I kid you not. I needed something to drink. And the house that
Mm-hmm.
normally have drinks didn't have no drinks this time.
Oh no!
And so this guy came out to get he was trying to give me outgoing mail because I had already passed his house. So I was on
Right.
the opposite side of the street. So he came over there. He said, "Hey, yo, man, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing all right, just trying to make it home." He said, "Nick, can I get you some water?" I said, "Yes, yes." So what happened was he didn't have any more bottled water. He just put the water in the cup. I said, "I take it, I take it." Man, I still got that cup to
The
this day.
hose. Do you
Right,
have a hose? I just drink from the hose. I'll bring it back to the little kid days.
for real, man. Like
Man, no, but for real,
that,
it's
and like I
so
said,
nice when
man,
customers are nice.
that's like that happened like a year ago. Like I said, and I still remember it to this day.
Right,
That guy came through the clutch. He came through the
man.
clutch for me. I started getting little white spots by the corner of my mouth.
No,
I
no,
said,
no, no,
"God,
no, no.
yeah." I
Lord have
said, "Man," I
mercy.
said, "Thank
He
you,
was in
Jesus."
he was in dire need of a drink. Oh my
Man,
gosh, nah, for real.
man,
Like they literally be coming in at the clutches
yeah,
times.
yeah. So
My first time on Route 2, dude, I I didn't have enough water.
you didn't
I was
oh
on
yeah.
Wood. I was on the. I was on coming out of Woodland. I was literally at like the last houses. I was taking a big old package to the door. She goes, "Would you like a Gatorade or water?" I was like, "Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please." She brought me a nice cold big old Gatorade. I was like, "Thank you,
Yeah,
Jesus."
yeah,
Man, they'd be so
yeah,
nice.
yeah. So there
But
are
yes,
great
really
customers
good.
out there, though. There's great customers
Yes.
out there. We do have few bad customers, but I'm praying. I'm praying that the bad customers will uh, understand from our perspective, as we try to
Right.
understand from the customer's perspective on things, and make sure that we do our job correctly to make sure that you all are getting the right mail and right packages. All right, so you do know May 1st
Uh huh.
ends Our contract.
Oh, the contract
Contract.
with the union and the post office.
Yes.
So what do you think should happen?
What the deal is, before we get into that,
Mm-hmm.
just well, I guess we can get to it right now. Yeah, time. Okay. So I think what we should do, what I want to see changed in the
Right.
post office is we have to compete with the UPS of the world, and I'm talking about financially.
Right. Financially.
Financially is
Because
major
we
because
do
what's
more
going to
work than
happen?
them.
We do more work, and not only that, just based upon what's been happening,
Oh yeah, yeah,
us
yeah.
getting the carriers are getting
Robbed.
robbed and held at gunpoint,
Losing their lives.
losing
All for the arrow
lives.
keys.
Yeah, it's making the job a lot more dangerous. I have not seen anything for UPS getting robbed. Excuse me, they might be getting robbed. I don't know, but it's not shown on the
Right.
news or anything of that nature. And I haven't heard anything in our area that
Right.
UPS somebody got
Only
robbed. Anything of that
yeah,
nature.
only the post office.
Correct. So I literally want to see us get respected by paying us correctly.
Mm-hmm.
They implemented this new system that deals with our scanner.
Right. And they
They,
didn't
they did
train
not
nobody.
train, right? Yeah, they didn't train anyone on the scanner, so we lost so much money due
Man.
to the failure of training the carriers, the rural carriers, on all the scanning. Right.
Right.
So, and I think that's very. I think we ought to be trained. There's some things that we're missing. I think we ought to be
Right.
trained, properly trained, so that these routes are evaluated correctly
Right.
versus us guessing what we're supposed to scan. I know they give us a little list on what to scan, but I just believe out of all the things that's in the scanner, some of the things
Yeah,
we're
I don't
not
think it's
using.
correct.
I want to know why we're not using some of the things that's in the scanner
Right.
because we
Exactly.
should be using everything, but we don't know how to use everything. So I think we
Or
ought to be,
or
yeah,
management's telling us not to use it.
correct.
So either
They don't
it
want us
just
to do authorize
I
this
don't
amount
know.
like we're supposed to, and
Trip
all
to
this type of stuff.
door.
Yeah,
So a question that has arisen in our two stations was
yeah,
whether or not the DPS tray should be scanned by the route, the person on the route, the carrier, the regular on the route or sub on the route.
yeah.
So I know your station has done it. Do
Mhm.
y'all still do that? Because I know our station was told by the union steward not to anymore.
Majority everyone in our station is still scanning the trays.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's crazy because I think it's not hurting. It might not
Right.
even be helping the situation, but
Right.
it's just the
It does
fact that
something.
there's what was told to me by one of the
Right.
regulars is it lets them know how many trays they're getting for their route.
Right. And making sure that that mail was delivered to the station.
Not to the station, but just
Well, to the
make sure
route.
they grabbed it. They
Right.
grabbed the DPS
And
tray.
it makes sense because I don't see the clerks when they're putting it out scanning them. So
Correct.
why else would there be a barcode on it other because um I know it says the route on there, but why would you also put a barcode if it doesn't need to be scanned?
Correct. Correct.
So
Well,
I
I
know
know they
the
got to scan it to load it up. They scan it to load it
right
on ABC. But
APC.
APC, I'm sorry, I say ABC. APC.
It's
Bless your heart.
easy as 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, right? Uh, but that's what they told me, right? So I'm
Right.
coming to a new situation, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, it's not gonna hurt anything if I just scan it.
Right.
But my question is, why would the union tell them not to, but they don't tell
But I think the
ones in
thing
the
was
colony?
the regulars at our station have been asking the union store what they should and shouldn't do instead
Right,
of just kind of doing it and seeing what happens. Because I know y'all really, I think it's been helpful for our two stations that you're there and I'm here because you're learning new information over there that you transfer to me and then I
right,
transfer to everybody at our station.
right.
So, but yeah, he told them not to do it anymore because it's just not needed, I guess. but I don't know.
It might
I
not
don't.
be helping
I don't
anything.
remember the exact reason I was told, but
Right.
I just know they were told by the union store not to.
Like I said, this person, it was a sub, was told by the instructors at the academy to
Right.
scan the DPS trays. So when
Mm-hmm.
that person got to my station, they somehow they had a conversation with the regulars, and they told the regulars this is what they was told to them, that they need to
Right.
scan every tray, DPS tray they get, and also tub flats. So we scan the tub flats as well. It has a barcode.
Makes
So
sense.
like I said, it just makes sense. Like I said, it doesn't hurt anything because what's the worst they're gonna say?
Hey,
Well, it doesn't
if you
count.
know, comment down below so
Yes,
everybody can
please
learn.
help us. Please help. Because we're all trying to get on the same page, right? They
Right.
don't like every station is like so different on what are they
Right.
supposed to scan and what they're not supposed
Right.
to scan. That we're all like discombobulated. But I think we just all stations need to come
Mm,
together so we're all on one
Get on the
accord
same
on the scanning,
page.
right? And
Exactly.
so we need a
Because,
seminar on like what all we supposed to scan. I wish we could
right.
have NRALCA like conference, right? I wish somebody that's
They
uh, uh,
do,
uh,
but
no, not on scanning,
yeah, not. I
so
don't
like on
think. Well,
scanning.
hey, I can't comment because I don't know, but maybe they do. We're just not aware.
No, we don't know. We don't know of. It's like
Maybe
we
we're
don't
not
know.
aware.
We're not aware.
We're not up to date on our union
Just,
stuff.
just,
Maybe comment
please,
down below if we're being
please help
dumb.
us, please. Is there somebody that's a rural carrier, a regular that you don't mind maybe helping us out and helping us start? No, maybe you can start
Right.
a scanning training class so everyone's scanning the right things
Right.
and it can help the routes go up because it's
We
not
might just be
anybody's.
dumb, but who knows? Because I know at
Right.
our station, literally every day, it's something new we're learning. Because I know the load truck feature. Mark would tell us that he would do that, and it managed. I think their routes in Roanoke, or where, yeah, they were staying the same or went up a little bit, and we
Mm-hmm.
were just looking at him crazy. And now we're all like,
He was
everyone's doing
right.
the load truck feature.
He was right.
Right, he was correct. So everybody
Man,
just scans them load truck, whether they actually write down the numbers on it or not. But and then if it doesn't scan, Brandon found a way. Well, somebody taught him a way of how to make sure you still get credit, even though it's wouldn't scan load truck.
just scan it regular. Then you go down to what's that option or whatever I think, and then
Other.
other. Then you click on alpha delivery. If you
Mm-hmm.
have a package that maybe you left notice for, but you have to take it the next day, do it the same way, but then click on redelivery, alpha
Yep.
redelivery. Yeah. So
Yep.
that way you get accounted for taking the package out twice,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's so much. There's so much more with the scanner. Like,
Right.
so once you just go through the steps of the scanner. So what do you do
Okay.
when you first get there? How about
You
that?
clock in. So now they made it
How,
to where you can only clock in once. You can't accidentally clock in twice, which is good because
right.
a lot of people would accidentally they wouldn't remember if they clocked in or not. So you clock in
Right.
and then the next options it gives you are start load,
Mm-hmm.
flats in letters SWSS, and then flats in letters box holder,
Mm-hmm.
and then there might be one more, and then departure route.
Right. Departure route. If you have to come back for express, hit start deviation. Come back to the
Mm-hmm.
station. Please, regulars, remember your time. Please, the time that you started
Oh, I forgot to
deviation.
write that down.
Bless
Oh
your
well.
heart.
Well, not oh well. Right, exactly. See, I messed up.
uh, from the time you start deviation, write that time down, to the time you after you drop off your express, if you're gonna do it right after you pick it up, and you get back to where you left off on the route, you end deviation. All right. Make sure you
Right.
have the right time for start and end deviation because when you get back to the station, you're gonna write second trip on your 4240, and you're gonna write the time, and also by all means write down the mileage that you use driving from the moment that you deviated your route to the moment that you got back into sequence with your route. So just remember that. So that way, the station and the manager are supposed to pay you for second trips.
Have you been getting paid
That's
for second trips?
yes. That's how I make my money now.
Everyone at our station says they're not getting paid to do second trips.
They didn't file agreements because that's actually contractual.
So, right.
Yeah. So if Express is not there, by the time you're done casing up, because what they say to you is they're not paying you to wait. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
That's really fine because really, look at all those routes that takes maybe an hour and a half to case up. Why would you wait 4 hours or 3 hours for Express to get there? No, go to your route. They put it in the scanner. Express is here. You hit start deviation. You come back. You supposed to get paid for second trip because they say they don't want you in the station waiting for Express.
Well, that's not happening where I'm at. They just sometimes they'll have the regulars wait, sometimes they don't. Sometimes their express get there early, so it doesn't matter. But on days when they get there late, they'll tell the regulars just go ahead and go, and they make the subs run the expresses and stuff.
Now,
or they make the subs bring them to the regulars.
See, my question on that is, can it be a grievance filed for subs running the regular express? Because they're trying to keep
without the regular knowing.
Yes, because they're trying to keep the regular for coming back for second trips.
But the thing is, I think the regulars at our station been told they're not getting paid for second trips. So the moment they leave, they don't care what's at the station for them.
Right.
So they're not going back out, even if there is. Which is probably wrong.
Because we're letting management get away with everything, right? Mm-hmm. And when you start deviation come back, it's built into your route. It causes your route to go bigger. So you're losing money at the same time, even though they give it to the sub. Well, that regular's still losing some type of money because he's not coming back to get express, or he's not coming back to get packages. He's not starting deviation. He's not ending deviation, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, regulars have to stop letting management just take money from them. And I think that's a problem. I understand that, hey, the RCA like making extra money, and I was that person. But now being on the other side as a regular, where I can see it firsthand and I can understand a little bit more, it's very important because, like I said, where I'm at, they're paying for second trips. Like, I'm getting at least maybe 2 hours extra a week.
Right.
Just coming back getting express.
But yeah, I guess it also is our station, the routes are so evaluated so low, they also don't have time. They're trying to stay within evaluation. Because, all the routes are 6 hours. So
that should make...
I know they should do the second trip, but they're being told not to. So...
I know, so that's what I'm asking again. The same way they asked the union about scanning the trays. Why they're not asking the union about the second trip?
The thing is, I don't know if they have. They might have. And he told them, well, you just got to listen.
That's not...
But that's also a thing of... Though. I know. The three stations collaborating with one another is what needs to happen more often, I believe. That would help everybody to be on the same page as what they're doing.
We have one person that's doing this, though. And that's the management at your station. This is not...
I know. But that's the thing. They're because management's telling that, listen, I understand what you're saying, that they're just believing. That is the issue. They're just believing management. But if they talk to the other people at the other stations, they would find out that it's not just the management. It's not management altogether. It's just...
Yeah. I'm going to ask, but I just believe that she's cutting the regulars' money low, and it's hurting their routes. Like, prime example, and this is obvious, and I wish regulars would understand that at where you're at. They had one regular that's been out for months, right? Months.
Mm-hmm.
And you put a totally new person on that route to hold it down who knows nothing about the scannings.
Yeah, you put the worst sub on the route to
This
hold
is
it down.
intentional, I believe. It's intentional to keep that route down, right? And
Yeah, and nobody
this
ever would tell
individual,
him.
yeah. It's just this individual is doing this though. It's just this one individual
Yeah,
manager is doing this.
they know what
And she
the
has
subs are
beef with him.
capable of
Yes. And she
with,
has
yeah,
beef
with
with
the
him.
carrier.
Yeah. So think about it. You have an ox route that
Yeah,
went
that
down.
went down too.
But
This
you're only letting one person or a brand new
run it.
person to run that route who knows nothing about the scanning. This is why it's so important that
Right.
even those RCAs who's coming through the academy, people at the academy need to teach these RCAs the scanning procedures and what's very important, what to scan, what not to scan. They need to teach. They need to revamp that whole academy schooling or whatever you want to call it, and teaching them the scanning. 'Cause that's what's important. It's scanning.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's going to help routes continue to grow. You get bigger, and you put a new person on
Right.
the ox route, it will get bigger by the next year. And the next year, that route should be eventually. It should be going. It should be a regular route pretty soon, but it's not.
Right. But it went up and then went back down.
Right. It's all scanning.
Yeah.
It's all scanning. Taking your time and scanning.
Making the authorized. See, that was another thing. The authorized dismounts.
Yeah.
We were told we're not allowed to go over 18 for the whole route.
But if I have to take
You have
18
9 stops.
packages to the door because the
Yep.
CBUs is there and they all full or
See?
filled, and I gotta take that's authorized dismounts. So if
Remember,
I gotta go get a signature for an express
right.
package, you know what I'm saying, and that person's not there, and I gotta put a left notice form in the CBU. That's an authorized dismount. So I'm trying to see how's that? It shouldn't be a number on authorized dismounts to me.
See, I remember we were talking about this. Brandon over here talking about, yeah, it's an authorized dismount every time you go to an apartment when you have to take it to the door when the Amazon parcel locker is out of space.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's just part of what you're doing. You only do the authorized dismount when you're at the mailboxes. So from your truck to the mailboxes, however many it takes you is what you do. Because that's what I was told. And then so here go Brandon telling me. So I'm like, nah, I don't think you're right. So I go ask my regular. And he goes, yeah, you should, but I don't be going to the apartment. I don't go up to the door, so it doesn't matter to me. I said, oh, okay. Because, well, I had asked another regular, the regular whose route went up 6 hours. I had asked him, and he said, no, that's just part of the job. So I went and asked another regular. I'm getting several opinions. And then he said he agreed with Brandon. And then so I went and told the other regular, and he goes, oh, okay, I'm going to have to try that. So it's all about just seeing what everyone's. I was asking several people. Once I got somebody that agreed with Brandon, I was like, okay, well, I guess then that must be right, I guess.
But the one person that you asked that who rallied
He's,
6
yeah,
he
his,
don't read.
well,
He don't read.
there is that. But I think I went with. I figured I asked him because he's the one who told me like what when you should be doing authorized dismounts.
Yeah.
So then I went and asked my regular because his route is the highest in the building. So I said, well, he's got to know something because his
not the
route
highest in the building.
is tied.
Because of immigration. Okay.
It's because of the. I think I figured it out. You get more credits when you have a lot of packages that need signatures.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Even though he only gets one signature.
Well, or if you're taking it to the door.
Yeah, or front door porch.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get a higher credit. Yeah.
Correct. So,
I found that too.
If apartments, I tell you what I started doing. And I hope the government don't get a hold of this. I just put some of my packages in the Amazon parcel lockers. And the other ones I take to the door.
Right.
Right. So I get happy when Amazon parcel lockers are full because I'm finna go front door dismount, authorized dismount. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting ready to go do. But We got to find the craft. We got to get on one accord and find out what all we should be
What?
scanning to make
Yes.
all these routes go back up, because management are working together to keep us down. So
Down.
that's where I want to see changed within this contract, that everybody
Right.
is trained, properly trained
Because
on the scanning.
the first count was like literally a whole year ago. Like it
Yeah,
implemented just 1 year ago.
yeah,
And when that started, everyone's routes dropped like in half basically.
just about
So people
everybody.
were
Yeah,
losing like tens of thousands of dollars
yeah,
when they weren't taught on what to do. And
yeah,
that almost made a lot of people quit, but they didn't want to quit because they didn't know anything else. They've been doing this forever.
forever.
So
Yeah,
there's like almost like having to start over was worse than just sticking through it.
yeah, yeah, and that's
But
horrible.
that's not
That's
how it should
horrible.
be.
So how? Yeah, so we need to get our money back. Basically, in this contract,
Yes.
carriers need regulars need to get their money back. Like I said, higher pay wage, the teaching of the
Across the
scanning
board.
to build the routes, most definitely across the board, to build the scanning, teaching of the scanning to help build the routes back up to where it should be. Uh, I always ask for better benefits. It's just me. I'm a big benefit guy. I think our benefits can be a little bit better than what it is, even though it's pretty decent benefits. Um, and then, of course, vehicles is a must, because we have too many times we have vehicles that break down,
And they're
and
not getting
carriers have
fixed.
to, right, they're not getting fixed fast enough, and carriers have to wait for another vehicle or whatever it may be. This is no. I think we should be able to go to work, get in our vehicle, run around, and come back to the station with no problem. I just wish that some of our subs get some rest at night. They won't be yawning on the screen.
Leave me alone.
Yes, I'm done. I'm done.
I can't do this.
Did y'all see
See,
her? She
this
was
is,
holding together. She's like,
I'm trying so hard not to. And I feel another one on his way too. I was really trying to. See, this is what happens
oh
when I
yeah,
get woken
I
up.
saw that. I saw them jaws lock in. I'm done. I'm done.
Man,
Yeah. What do you want to see changed in the new contract? I don't know how much time we have left, but
I
what do you want to
think
see changed?
we need to change back to where if subs are working evaluation pay and they are doing like green card time, I think green card time should be like a little extra than just straight pay, because
Yeah.
man, it's ridiculous. I could work 30 hours but have 50 hours worth of total evaluation, and it's all just straight pay. And so like having a bonus for staying underneath
Yeah.
40 working hours, like I don't know, it seems unfair to not get
But,
somewhat of a bonus for not working as much but
yeah.
doing a lot of work, you know?
I think looking at the city carriers, how they get double time and triple time,
Right.
the
We could do
CCAs,
something.
I think they should bring that back, right? I think that's a plus with doing the
The
job
subs.
correctly and efficient.
Right.
You should be rewarded for doing so, because subs, they carry sometimes 2 or 3 routes, and they should be
Right.
compensated for doing so. Uh, so, like I said, just pay raise across the board. Bring back that formula of, hey, anything over 40 hours is time and a half, brother. It is working hours or
Right.
evaluation hours, right?
Evaluation. Anything over
Uh,
that 40 should be
it should be time and a
increased.
half.
Hey,
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Because
It should
it's
be time and a half.
ridiculous.
It just should be time and a half. We're not asking
Yeah.
you to double time them for
Right.
going
We
over
don't need
60
triple pay or
40 time
something.
hours. Just give them time and a half.
Well, we would like it. But hey,
We would like it, but we
we
know
see
they're
what's
not going to do
reasonable,
that.
and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like we
But
know we're not getting a raise, but we could pray.
right.
We could pray on it.
We need it.
Mm.
Everybody need a raise, but I would also like to say this: that they need to appreciate the subs more.
Hmm.
I don't think I don't think the job itself really appreciates what you all and I used to do, and everybody used to do. They don't really appreciate them because, like, you all at the split of a second, a sub has to come in. Like regulars, we have a set schedule, but like today, people call off. You got a phone call this morning,
Right.
or anytime
And
you're
I
off,
wouldn't
you
have
get phone
gotten really
calls.
anything extra.
Yeah,
Right. I
right.
think that's
Anything.
what it should be. Like, if you get called in on a day you're not supposed to be scheduled, you should get overtime.
We don't get overtime. You got to at least go 40. Okay, so I'm saying that's why they shouldn't take away the time and a half for anything over 40 because of the
Yeah.
demand that you have to be there whenever they call you to come in. If it's going to put you over 40 hours, you should
Right.
be paid for it as time and a half because of that
Right.
factor alone. So that's just my opinion. They need to bring that and they put that back into the whole pay raise or the pay grade, how they pay RCA subs in general. I believe that RCA should get just a little bit more benefits. Like the health benefit that's coming through the door, it's okay, but I think it could be a lot
Right.
better, right? So, give them dental as well. I believe, like all of this. I think vision, give them vision as well. I just think that as a sub,
Something to help them
you help them, right? Because at the
stick with it.
yeah, stick with it. Because if not, we're gonna continue to lose subs. We're gonna lose subs to Amazon. We're gonna lose subs to UPS. We're
Right.
gonna use Tamer. Like all these places that are or companies that are literally taking care of their employees. We're gonna start losing them. I don't care how many RCA that you all hire. If they're not getting 40 hours to survive off of, it's only a matter of
Right.
time that hey, they're gonna switch over to city carrier or to being a clerk or doing something else or leave the post office altogether.
Hmm.
Our job is when we hire people, we want people to stay on board. So
Yeah, and
that's
but the rule craft is so isolated from all the other crafts. Because I think can't they like just switch over easily from like clerk to
no.
city carrier?
You still have to start over, regardless.
We'll start over, but you can like I think you keep your seniority. Maybe not clerk, maybe like the mechanic and stuff, but I don't think you can do that
Yeah,
as a
that
rural
city
carrier.
carriers can go to. They have a little bit more leeway, especially when, especially like getting to like management. It's
Right.
easier for them to get into management than the road craft because they use city carriers to do 204B work, and
Right.
that's a part time supervisor, right? So they're more likely to move up before the rule craft is. I just feel like that if that's the case, then we should get paid more because it's hard for us to be able to move around. Like it's almost as if we're stuck at being
Right.
rural. But city can transfer pretty much anywhere else and keep the seniority, like you said.
Mhm.
But that's it. That's pretty much all I want out of this new contract. It's always about the money for me.
Yep.
I got into
More
this.
respect.
Well, you respect me by paying me more money.
Exactly.
That- that- that's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Put some respect on my name.
Hello, somebody. Put some
Pay us our
respect on
money.
my name.
Pay me. Pay me my money.
Don't make me get the shirt out.
But
Please don't
yeah,
make me get the shirt out.
right,
Cheryl go get it. So
man. But that's all they need to do.
yeah,
Focus on that. I don't know what else needs to happen, but focus on the money. That's all I care about, really.
yeah. Well, because we all have things that we want to do in life. You know
Hey,
what
you
I'm
know what
saying?
they should do? CCAs and everything. They
Okay, go
get
ahead.
paid for 40 hours no matter what they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they don't work 40 hours, they still get paid 40 hours. And as subs, as
Right,
RCAs, we don't get that.
right.
So we're just screwed.
You know what I think they should do as well?
What? What?
This is from a regular standpoint.
Hmm.
Get up, get rid of table two. You probably don't know what I'm talking about.
And don't.
But okay, so anybody after I think 2008 is on table two pay
Yeah.
grade.
Mm-hmm.
We need to all be on table one. That way, that could be our pay raise. But we should all be on as a regular should be one table. It should be table one.
Right. Right. You shouldn't start out at the bottom one. There should just be there should be two, but maybe like after like 15 years you jump up to higher.
Nah, heck no.
No, I feel like
Get
that's
rid
still
of
that's still the
get
one and
rid of
two
table
though.
two.
Never
Get
mind.
rid of table two.
I
Everybody's on the
don't know the
same pay grade.
difference, so don't ask me.
Ah,
I can't
hey,
comment on it.
every regular should be on the same pay grade. I'm sorry. I don't care if you've been here 20 years, 30
He's
years,
just jealous.
a little bit, but still. I just feel like, just if you've been here 50
You should
plus
be
years and you're on a K-48, you're gonna make $100,000 a year anyway, and you're gonna tap out sooner or later at your step increase. You're gonna tap out regardless. So what I'm saying is, it's just
they need
basically
more step increases.
you can add step increase, but put everybody on one table. You can do a 20, 30-year step increase. I don't care, but everybody should be on one table.
Right, we don't need 5 different tables, 2 different tables.
No, and that's the pay
But
increase.
yeah, you shouldn't be making less than a sub.
And that's crazy. That's really crazy.
Right. Because
That's
you're
really
a
crazy.
regular, you put in the work.
Yeah.
You should be getting at least a little bit more than a sub.
Yeah. We should
But
be getting
yeah.
something. But that's just my opinion. So
But they don't care.
remember, this is just our opinions. This is how we feel.
Not very well opinions.
Not very well, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Eventually. Right. I'm only been here a year, so
been at the Postal Service 3 years. All right. And I think as we grow, into the Postal Service and you all grow with us, we get more information and my prayer is that that our pay will be better. You know what I'm saying? And life will be better too.
And that's the thing. We got a regular at our station telling me I should switch to the city side because they make more money, more opportunities for hours. And then the new RCAs that just got here, they were telling me that the instructors at orientation in the academy were telling them to just go ahead and switch to CCA now, or wait till you're done with your 90 days, which doesn't make sense. But they were literally recruiting them at the academy for the rural side. That tells you that they're trying to get rid of the rural side. Honestly, that's what I think.
Yeah. Well, the reason I told them that is because since they were hired on as rural carrier, they just can't quit, so they have to fulfill that 90 days, get outside that probation period, and then switch over to the city side. That way, even though they got to start all the way over, at least they made it out of the probation period, and they won't have to go back to the academy. If they do it now, within the 90 days, they have to literally go back through the academy again. If that makes sense.
They have to go through everything again.
No.
That's what what's her name did.
No. If you wait after that, hey.
Okay. You know all.
I'm just using this. Katie, he didn't have to go through. He had to go back through everything.
He didn't?
No.
Then why did what's her name have to do that?
He had to go. He had to go to who? I don't know what's wrong with.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what wrong, but all thing he did was, he had to go back to orientation, not like that. All thing he had to do was, I think he said he did like a day at the academy, and then he did a shadow day.
Dang, she had to go through all of it. And she stayed at the same station. Yeah. Now, is she still there? No. But
he went to Irving.
Yeah.
He worked all the way up until he worked all up until it was his day to go to. I think he had to go to the academy for one day. I think he went back. He worked all today. He went to the academy for that one day, and then he called me and told me, "Hey, dog, I'm already at Irving. I'm doing my shadow day." What? I thought you had all the way over. So unless you told me something,
I don't know
the story, but
maybe you weren't listening.
I don't think you have to go through orientation anymore. I know that for sure. All right.
Interesting.
So where we at?
All right.
Where we at?
So that's probably about it for the day.
probably it for today. This probably it.
Yeah, it's a whole hour and 14 minutes.
Yikes.
So what happens,
We
we love talking about our money.
hello. Well, you
So,
already know what to do.
ooh, we're not going over the Bible? Tragic.
Yeah, go ahead. You are. Let the
So,
people know.
the reading is from,
Yes.
would you say First Peter or 1 Peter?
First, Peter.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 24 is he himself bore our sins in his body on the cross so that we might die to sins and live for righteousness. By his wounds you have been healed. So, Jesus died for our sins on the cross so that we can live and, try not to sin, but we don't immediately die. But, sorry, that was not good, but facts. So, we have been forgiven, and for thanks to Jesus dying for our sins on the cross. Ultimately, that's literally the one and only thing that is the most important that you get from Jesus's life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Praise the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Praise the Lord. That's it for Mailing Minds. We'll see y'all next week.
Love you guys.
You're living and learn.
Awesome.